Ethiopia when he noticed his goat started acting crazy after eating some berries from a nearby shrub.
Berries. There's the tree.
She's the tree.
Forgot Haley's not here.
I guess I should eat some of those.
Confused and intrigued, he tried one for himself. And sure enough, he found himself to have more energy. A monk came across Calvin and his goats, and when he was told what happened, he also picked some berries from the shrub and crushed them into a powder and put them into boiling water. This was probably the very first cup of coffee ever. After he tried it and found himself to be livelier, he ran back to his monastery to share this story. The rest of the monks called this a gift from the Lord because they would now be able to stay awake during their long prayers. Arabian traders bring coffee across the Red Sea into Yemen circa 1000. This is where the beans were first roasted and the plant first cultivated on plantations. They boiled the beans to create what they called kawa, which directly translates to prevent sleep. Around the year of 1300, with the spread of Islam, was also the spread of coffee. Muslims began drinking coffee that was prepared like a bean broth because they believed that it warded off evil. They boiled their beans so that they couldn't sprout anywhere outside of Arabia as the coffee phenomenon spread across the world. By the years...
I'm done with it.
By the years 1450 and 1650, coffee had spread to Istanbul. Coffee houses were popping up around the Arabian world. Men would meet in these houses to play games, socialize, and drink hot and black coffee. This is important because coffee has always been a social phenomenon. Women were not allowed in these coffee houses, but they did use coffee for medicinal purposes.
That's why I wear the mustache.
Up until around the 1700s, no one else in the world could grow and produce coffee except countries in the Middle East. Then in 1690, the Dutch became the first to transport and cultivate coffee commercially. Amsterdam became a trading center for coffee. In 1727, Brazilian Lieutenant Colonel Francisco de Melo Palheta was secretly presented fertile seeds of coffee. These seeds would turn Brazil into one of the world's largest coffee-producing countries, which in turn transformed coffee from an elitist beverage to a drink for everyday people. And in 1903, the decaffeination process was discovered by the Germans. In 1966, the son of a Dutch coffee roaster named Alfred Peet brought custom coffee roasting to North America. He found our coffee quality to be so poor that he started roasting his own beans. He shortly thereafter opened Peet's Coffee and Tea in Berkeley, California. Peet tailored the taste of Americans due to his affinity for dark roast coffee. He would eventually found Starbucks in 1971 when Pike Place Market opened in Seattle, Washington, and so the story goes. Where is he?
Mom, where's the monk?
Just keep going. Keep going.
So at this time, there should be a coffee tasting of Pike going around for everyone. That's what they're probably preparing over there, or trying to. So we're gonna keep it going. Okay, so Angela.
Oh wait, no. Alright, so I'm a bean. I am a semi-washed dark roast bean. Most of my kind comes from the Asia Pacific region. I am known for my full body,
Is that the semi-wash?
spicy flavors, well-balanced acidity, and herbal notes. Because the equator divides this region, I am harvested between October and February north of the equator, and between April and September south of the equator. Right after I'm harvested, I still have many layers that need to be cleaned and stripped away to get my delicious center. By washing me, I strip away the first layer, which is comprised mostly of sugar and water. This pulp layer I shed is then reused as compost for my fellow beans to grow strong before they are harvested. My second layer is then removed after hours of being soaked in water. from my brother wash game here is that some of the second layer, known as the mucilage, stays on me and contributes to my unique flavor. Then I am partially dried with no fermentation step, and I am transported to the milling station. Here I am set to dry even more, and then hold to remove my final parchment layer, exposing my naked green self. After fully dried, I am now ready to be roasted. My full-body spicy flavors and acidic notes I inherited from the Asia-Pacific region that I grew in are still present after being semi-washed, but different styles of roasting accentuate these flavors or add new flavors to my bean. As a dark roast bean, I am roasted for long amounts of time and at high temperatures, turning my sugars and starches into coffee oils. Even though my flavors are intensified, I am now less caffeinated than my fellow light and medium roasts. I am either bagged or added to post-roast blends after this, where other types of beans can add to my existing flavor. These beans can be from other regions, different washes, different roasts, or all three. But I think as a single origin bean, I taste good all by myself. Justin.
I'm a washed medium roast from Latin America. I'm often referred to as a washed coffee. I tend to have well-balanced flavors of cocoa or nuts, as well as crisp and bright acidity. For wash processing, this method relies heavily on the use of water. This is especially true during fermentation when the sticky mucilage is dissolved into large tanks, resulting in a cleaner bean and more acidic flavor in the cup. In essence, fermentation increases acidity in the coffee, which is why Latin American coffee, like much of it being wash processed, is often noted for its pronounced acidity. So the steps for wash processing would be: the first is receiving, which the coffee cherries are transferred to a wet mill where they are measured and placed into a receiving tank. Then for the depulping. Next is fermentation. Once the fruit is removed, beans are sent to fermentation tanks for 18 to 36 hours. During initial stages of fermentation, enzymes break down mucilage so it can be removed. Step 4 is drying. Coffee beans are dried on large outdoor patios or on drying tables or in mechanical drum dryers. Dried outside, beans are constantly raked and turned to ensure they dry evenly in the sun. This process takes 5 to 7 days. Number 5 is resting. Dried coffee beans are bagged and transferred to warehouses to rest for 2 months while they continue to develop flavor. And the last one, hulling. The rest of coffee is then hulled, the final step that removes the parchment around the outside. Yeah, clearly.
Hi, I am a light roast bean from Africa, and I have been naturally processed. So, coffee beans like me from Africa and Arabia usually have a floral and citrus flavor, and the reason for this is that they're naturally processed. So natural processing allows the fruit of the cherry to dry directly on the bean, which gives it a lot more of that flavor. So there are just a few simple steps to natural processing. First, after I'm harvested, I'm taken to a reception area for processing. Then I'm laid out on a drying bed in the sun for several days. And I'm turned occasionally so that the fruit on my bean does not rot or ferment. And after a few days, I get hard like the skin of a raisin. And then once I'm mostly dried, I'm taken to a pulling machine that takes out the parchment, the mucilage, and the pulp all in one step, so it's pretty quick. And then after that, I'm sorted with my other beans to make sure that we retain high quality beans that Starbucks likes to sell. And then finally, I am laid out in the sun once again, just for complete drying.
The sunglasses are hysterical.
And then I am prepared for shipping and bagged up for transport. That's lovers.
Starbucks This is the part where he leaves, right? Starbucks only uses Arabica beans because they're higher in quality and taste better. These high-quality beans thrive at the highest elevations that the trees can grow. These altitudes can be anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 feet. The cool nights slow down the maturation of coffee cherries, which allows the flavors to develop more fully. Starbucks has worked to create a rust-free Arabica tree through crossbreeding to produce rust-free trees to combat the coffee rust epidemic. When Starbucks purchases the beans, they purchase the best quality of the Arabica beans, which is 99% ethically sourced, from the aprons to the furniture to the cups. All decisions and products are thoroughly researched to ensure that the high standards we hold ourselves to are met. With our One Tree for Every Bag program, we have given back 30 million rust-resistant trees to the farmers of our coffee beans. With your support, we will meet our goals of hiring 10,000 refugees by 2022 and 25,000 veteran and military spouses by 2025. That was the fun. Thank you for coming. I hope that you are delighted by this play. We have included you in this presentation because we recognize that it is because of you that our doors are opening nationwide. We appreciate your loyalty. We will continue to give back to our community and to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time.